His name was Aaron, and for most of my life, he was my person. We grew up on the same street, same school, same bus, same dreams, but we didn't grow up the same way. I came from a house where silence meant peace. My parents were structured, disciplined, careful with money, careful with words. Love in my home was steady, but quiet. Aaron's house was the opposite. Loud laughter, spontaneous decisions, music always playing. They weren't careful, they were expressive. They lived in the moment, and somehow, those differences made us stronger. He taught me to loosen up. I taught him to think ahead. When I overanalyzed, he'd laugh and say, "Relax. Not everything needs a 5-year plan." When he rushed into something reckless, I'd say, "Think long term. What's the outcome?" We balanced each other. At least, we used to. In high school, we promised we'd always build together. We talked about starting businesses, traveling the world, being each other's best man at our weddings. But adulthood doesn't drift in loudly. It shifts quietly. I got a corporate opportunity in another city. Stable income, long hours, structured growth. Aaron chose a creative path. Unpredictable income, flexible lifestyle, big risks. At first, we celebrated each other. "Man, I'm proud of you," he said when I signed my contract, and I meant it when I told him his photography was next level. But something subtle changed. My world became meetings, deadlines, discipline. His world became freedom, connections, nightlife. When I couldn't attend events because of work, he'd joke, "You're too serious now." When he canceled plans because he got a last-minute gig, I'd say, "You're still unstable." We laughed when we said those things, but there was truth inside the jokes. Slowly, our calls became shorter. The catch-up texts turned into happy birthday messages. He'd post photos of vibrant parties and new friends, and I'd scroll through them from my office desk late at night, feeling a weird mix of pride and envy. I'd tell him about my promotion, and I could hear the forced enthusiasm in his voice. "That's awesome, man," he'd say, but it felt like he was speaking a different language. It wasn't a fight. There was no big fallout. It was just a slow, quiet fade, like a photograph left in the sun. Our colors just dulled. Sometimes I wonder if we could have held on tighter, but maybe some friendships are just meant for a season, not a lifetime. Maybe we were two different trees that grew from the same soil, but our branches were always meant to reach for different skies. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, and watch out for part 2.